On July 4th, President Trump signed H.R. 1, nicknamed the One Big Beautiful Bill, into law. The bill sends $170.7 billion into immigration and border enforcement to be spent by the end of 2029. Now, with ICE under pressure to meet a 3,000 monthly arrest quota, detentions are rising, especially among people with no criminal records.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen a lot of success except for when a huge group of people show up. They don't even know what to do with that. AK, and I'm a reporter with the Moxie Report. We come here and we do an indigenous vigil here every night in front of the MDC, which is the Metropolitan Detention Center. You're gonna have to organize, you're gonna have to get organized and create rapid response teams to respond to when people are being kidnapped. And the thing about rapid response is you call the number, you let them know ICE is here, and then the rapid response team will send it out to their network. ICE is on this corner at this address, and everyone shows up. And if we do that, they won't take anything because there's too many people yelling in their face and telling them to back the F up. And we need more of that energy, and you can't be afraid to put your body on the line. They're taking bodies. They're taking bodies. They're taking children.
Professor Blair of the Deportation Data Project says ICE raids in LA marked a shift. In June, the 7-county area surrounding Los Angeles saw 2,031 arrests by ICE agents. Of those, 1,381 had no criminal conviction, and then more than half had never been charged with any crime. When Eduardo Ortega and Francisco Lopez heard about the immigration raid at the Glass House Farm in Camarillo in Ventura County, they rushed there in search of the friend and fellow farm worker Abraham. But 2 days later, they still had no idea where he was.
¿Y cuándo es la última vez que vio a Abraham?
¿Ya que fue el operativo, no, Petre?
Ajá, antier. Antier fue el...
¿Y no la han visto desde ahí?
Nada de él.
O sea, no ha regresado a su casa, pues.
Ya marcamos donde están los números ahí, pero no.
Que deje de molestar a la gente que está trabajando, pues, porque están trabajando, no están haciendo nada. No están haciendo nada, porque están trabajando para sobrevivir.
No entienden ellos, les vale.
Tragically, 57-year-old Camarillo resident Jaime Alaniz died as a result of the July 10th immigration raid at Glass House Farms. He fell 30 feet from a rooftop while being chased. He broke his neck and skull. His niece confirmed he was taken off life support 3 days later, according to the Associated Press. This marks the first documented fatality during these recent immigration raids.
What's happening to immigrants right now in the United States is a form of ethnic cleansing. It's not that different from what's going on in Gaza. In order to push Palestinians out of their homes, Palestinians are being arrested at record rates and put into Israeli prisons. Not that different from the way that immigrants here are being detained and thrown into cages. We know about alligator Alcatraz in Florida, right?
Nationally, there are 436 active ICE detention centers tracked by the Vera Institute of Justice. The Center of Immigration Assistance have located 7 in California. Private prison operator Core Civic will reopen a jail as a for-profit detention center that can house 2,560 people in California City, Kern County. Harp and other protesters blocked off the road in front of the Palantir offices in Palo Alto on July 15th. Protesters are condemning Palantir for working with ICE for over a decade. In April, Palantir landed a $30 million contract to build a new surveillance platform called the Immigration Lifecycle Operating System, or Immigration OS.
They are a company that does not deserve a single penny from the American people, and that we have to take the power back into our own hands. There's two main ones, right? So the biggest thing is BDS, Boycott, Divest, Sanction. I think that everyone should be thinking about how they can pull their money out of these companies. So I'm with a campaign called CalSTRS Divest. CalSTRS is the California State Retirement System. It's only for educators. A big thing that we need to do is get organized around how to get our money out of those systems, out of our pension funds, out of the stock market, boycotting companies like Palantir, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, these companies that are actually building these technologies that are oppressing and killing indigenous peoples all over the world. The second thing is the people's arms embargo right now is extremely important. People need to find ways to actually stop arms from going to the Zionist entity. The United States is the biggest supplier of military defense technologies in the world, right? The weapons defense company and the defense technologies that are developed here in America are about to get a big boost. And so it's up to us to stop that from happening, right?
In the Bay Area, activists are holding protests outside courthouses. They want to stop ICE from arresting asylum seekers after their court cases are denied, even though people still have the right to appeal. Mission Local says 40 people have already been arrested. One protest was outside the San Francisco Immigration Court. Nursing student Jessica Kay was there. She joined others who took turns. Some watched the courtroom, others went inside to support the people going to court.
The courthouse here is a site where people are being targeted in the region. I think that participating here and how San Francisco chooses to react is an important example for Contra Costa County, in part because in San Pablo, they're constructing a cop campus. And I don't trust that the police, when they say they're not collaborating with ICE now, I don't think we should take that for granted. We should just view that skeptically.
A report from the San Francisco Standard says San Francisco and Oakland police shared license plate data with federal agents. That breaks California law. The report also says there may have been other breaches. Now both police departments are checking if they followed state laws, like Senate Bill 34 and the California Values Act. In Concord, ICE has been seen in the area. United Latino Voices of Contra Costa County is warning the community. And groups like Coco Immigrant Rights Alliance, Reimagine Richmond, Rising Juntos, Working East Bay, Monument Impact, and United Latino Voices are all collaborating to hold local leaders accountable for helping ICE. This story is ongoing. Follow us for more.